Jerry, you have sent the invitations and ordered the blue juice, and in doing so, you have healed a dwarf, rescued little Ursula, and experienced much more. You are indeed developing into a genuine tree walker. Now we will begin with the magical part of your training.
And then comes the Treetop Festival. We're looking forward to the blue juice, so hurry up with your training, Nestling.
Ever since I can remember, the Treetop Festival has been held here once a year. Ooh, it serves to celebrate kindness, family, and courage, and most definitely not magic.
Isn't it now? Go forth, young hazelnut.
What is this place?
The Hall of Apprentices. A living place, created by magic. Hidden between two moments in time.
But is it supposed to be so cold in here?
I feel it too. It seems that no one has been here for far too long. And even in Mousewood, almost no one remembers us. Only the elderly.
How long's it been since you were last here?
Too long, it seems. It's up to us to keep the tradition alive. The Hall of Apprentices is a place of transition. Your training begins here, today, and it will end here. Everything takes place under the protection of the first tree.
The first tree? Is it this one?
That is only a statue. The first tree is the oldest tree in this region. It watches over the woods, over the portal trees. It holds this world together. Trees like it are so old that they already exist in other spheres. Their roots reach into dreams, into fantasy.
So where is the first tree?
You may have already visited it in your dreams, but the clearing in which it stands is concealed. The paths which lead there are hidden, like this room. Once your training is complete, I will lead you to the clearing. That is the tradition. But first, you must finish your training, and to do that, we must get this thing working.
First tree?
Why is this all stuck? It was working just fine the last
light
time.
coming from? That isn't the sun, is it? It's kind of creepy the way they stare at you. I wonder who they all are.
Something is wrong.
It's kind of creepy the way they stare at you. I wonder who they all are.
So much time
First
really
tree.
passed.
Somehow this stone tree radiates something very good and warm, even though it's so cold here.
But no. Not now. I'm sorry. I just need time to straighten this out.
Okay. Looks like Mum's new hairdryer.
Yes, very funny. But now I have to make this work, so don't bother me, okay?
Sure thing. There's a ball stuck in the glass tube. Looks like Mum's new hairdryer.
Yes, very funny. But now I have to make this work, so don't bother me, okay?
Sure thing. It must belong to that machine. No idea what that is, but there are two of them. This is bound to be part of something. This is bound to be part of something. It doesn't quite fit. It doesn't quite fit.
Nothing is impossible.
Fits.
Not bad at all. But the thing still won't work.
There.
Aha! But now let me get back to work.
That looks better already, but something is still missing.
Something is wrong. Has so much time really passed?
Let's see if it's as easy as fishing change out of the gutter. It worked!
But no.
Cold, round and magnetic, fits well in the hand.
Ah, it works! Wonderful! Ah, you did a great job. The electromagical apparatus is uncoupled from the flow of time. It processes information from the past and future and prints it out in pictures on cards pressed from the leaves of portal trees. There!
May I take them?
Of course. These 16 cards can already tell you a lot about your training, if you understand how to read them. But these cards are like dreams. Everyone should interpret them for themselves. Unusual. Another card. What does it show?
But that's me!
Extremely unusual. What could that mean?
Ooh! Somebody's floating there. That's a ghost.
A ghost, Jerry? I don't think so. Or have you left your body behind for good this time, magician of Mousewood?
I can feel my leg going numb not far from here. No, I appear to have retained my body, even if it isn't getting any longer. And its scars are itchy. Tell me, Marquis, how did you escape?
Escape, magician? I bring an apprentice. I'm pleased to see you, and to know that the Hall of Apprentices is protected.
So, you are bringing an apprentice. Tell him he shall visit me in my house.
What does the floating man want from me?
He's the guardian of the portals. Your training begins. Take the key, Jerry. You must visit the magician of Mousewood. It won't be easy to wake him, but soon after, you learn your first spell.
They're back.
Seek the lock to the key which the ghost lost in the Hall of Apprentices. Behind the door, you'll meet an old friend of mine. See you soon.
Do you know why bees hum?
Please, no jokes. I have a headache.
It reminds me of a door I saw, but where was it? No. Yikes! The key just dissolved into thin air. But but now the door is open. What sort of place is this? Everything is so huge. It's enough to make you dizzy. A sticker. A huge abandoned train station. I think that was it.
You have found all the dewdrops. A picture is forming. The column reveals its secret.
It's a boy, about my age, and the teacher.
There was someone before you.
Before me?
Hmm?
What? Who is that?
It is he who was banished, the last apprentice of the Marquis de Hoto.
What? Hello?
Your teacher must not find out about this. Not yet.
But what does it mean? Hello? Mr. Odd Magician? No reply. Why was the picture of the Marquis' apprentice banished from the room? And why the last one? I'm the last one. At least right now. Wow! A gigantic living room for a giant. Although seeing as I'm the size of a mouse, maybe it's not so big after all. I wonder who lives here. Ugh, it smells a bit like old socks in here. Still smells okay. Wow, this is high. I'll take that. A giant chunk of chocolate. I also took the tinfoil. A clean cloth napkin. A giant chunk of chocolate. It gleams like a treasure. It's light and easy to shape. A suit of silver foil would be really cool. We have a plant like that at home too. Too bad. I can't move the stick with my hands. Otherwise it would reach for the clock. It's enormous. When it rings, it must make a humongous noise. Too bad it's so far away. There's also a bed here for little people. Good idea. Uh-oh. I'd say that worked pretty well. Oh, somebody's sleeping there. That's probably the friend I'm supposed to wake. Hey! Nothing. It's enormous. When it rings, it must make a humongous noise. It looks like that's the thing that goes cuckoo. Even that's gigantic. It smells like my model train. I'd better not touch it with my bare hands. The cuckoo didn't do anything. I think the clock is broken. Oh, great. The joint is rusted. Won't move. There. It smells like my model train. There, now it's fixed. Now the cookie should have a voice again. Oh, something fell out of the clockwork. Well, it's probably not an important part. It almost looks like a key, but I don't think you can lock anything with it. Wow, that was loud. Let's see if it woke the giant. Oh man, he's still asleep. Hey, wake up!
Oh, dash it all.
Uh-oh. I didn't mean for that to happen. Hello? I was just trying to repair your clock so I could...
Did your teacher tell you to do that?
No. Why would he?
Old magician of Mousewood. I see my apprentice has...
Did you put him up to that?
No, really.
All right. Ow, my head. Wait 1 second. I bid you welcome, Jeremiah Hazelnut. So, you are the rabbit's new apprentice.
A tree walker in the making. Indeed.
Oh, so you aren't a ghost.
No, not really.
Aro Molina, the magician of Mousewood, is a master of active sleep. When he sleeps, his waking spirit goes wandering.
Wow, that's cool.
Perhaps one day he can instruct you in his art.
Aro. No one has spoken that name in a long time. Yes, it has been a long time. A very long time since an apprentice has been trained in Mousewood.
Really? That long?
We should make ourselves somewhat more comfortable, old friend. Young Hazelnut, I hear that you have already proven yourself as a tree walker in Mousewood. Your next test will be to pass the 4 portals of Mousewood. Behind each of the portals, you will learn a spell.
Wow, that sounds exciting.
But first, there is something you need to return.
What's that?
Pardon me, but I think you have my book.
Oh, yeah, the mouse with the backpack gave it to me.
Thank you. It is very valuable to me. Now, I would like to write one about you. I collect stories, you know.
Who was that? Oh, he seemed familiar to me, but I can't recall why.
Only a wood sprite, a close acquaintance of mine.
Oh.
You should rest, Jerry. This has been a long day for you. Rest for a little while.
If you say so.
And he's asleep.
Old friend, what in all the worlds are you doing here?
I am training a tree walker.
That is not what I meant. I say this in all friendship. It is impossible for you to be here, believe me.
Nothing is impossible.
You slept all night.
Yeah, but not too well. I miss my bed.
Be brave, Jeremiah Hazelnut. Magicians have to be strong.
Your next test will be to pass the 4 portals of Mousewood. Behind each of the portals, you will learn a spell.
Okay.
From now on, you can switch back and forth between day and night by sleeping in a hammock or reading this magic book. It can enthrall you for hours, making time appear to pass in an instant.
Return to the portal tree through which we came to Mousewood. There you will learn your first spell.
I'm sure you already have your cards, don't you, Jerry?
Yes.
Do you know how to play quartets?
Yep. No.
I will show you.
A new game, a new chance.
You can use the magic cards from the Hall of Apprentices to play a game. Here in Mousewood, the game is known as quartets. This game consists of 32 cards belonging to 8 quartets, or families, and of course 4 cards per quartet. If you do not yet have 32 cards, the other player will lend you some to make your deck complete. The goal of the game is to obtain as many complete quartets as possible. Every player starts with 10 cards. The 12 remaining cards lie concealed in the stack and will be picked up later.
Choose a card.
It's your turn. You now get to ask for one of the other player's cards, but only cards from quartets where you own at least one card yourself. First pick the family and then the card. 1, 2, 3, or 4 for which you want to ask.
Let's see what card you've got there. I'm sure you've got this card.
If the other player doesn't have the card you asked for, then you draw a card from the stack, and it's the other player's turn to ask for one of your cards. If the other player has the card you asked for, then you receive the card and get to keep asking. So you see, it's important to remember which cards you've already asked for and which cards the other player has taken from you so far. This will allow you to predict with some certainty what cards are in the other player's hand. The better your memory, the better your chances of winning. Remember, you can play with those cards, but their true worth does not lie in gambling. Still, I wish you luck.
Haha! Let's see. I'm sure you've got this card. Haha! Got a quartet. Let's see what card you've got there. I'm sure you've got this card. Just you wait.
Draw a card. Opponent's turn. Opponent asks for a card. Opponent asks for a card. Opponent asks for a card. Draw a card. Choose a card.
This card. Bet you've got it.
Excellent.
Let's see. This card. I bet you've got it.
Well played. Quartet.
Let's see. This card. I bet you've got it. Yes, I did that on purpose.
Draw a card. Opponent's turn. Opponent asks for a card. Draw a card. It's your turn.
I'm sure you've got this card. Haha! Let's see. I'm sure you've got this card. Just you wait.
Draw a card. Opponent's turn. Opponent asks for a card. Opponent asks for a card. Opponent asks for a card. Draw a card. Opponent's quartet. It's your turn.
This card. I bet you've got it.
Terrific!
Let's see what card you've got there. I'm sure you've got this card.
Excellent!
Let's see. This card. I bet you've got it.
Well played! Quartet.
Let's see what card you've got there. I'm sure you've got this card. Oh, rats.
Draw a card. Opponent's turn. Opponent asks for a card. Draw a card. It's your turn.
This card. I bet you've got it. Very well. Let's see what card you've got there. This card. I bet you've got it.
Excellent!
Let's see what card you've got there. I'm sure you've got this card.
Terrific!
And another quartet. Let's see. Let's see what card you've got there. This card. I bet you've got it. Huh, I might have known.
Draw a card. Opponent's turn. Opponent asks for a card. Draw a card. It's your turn.
This card. I bet you've got it. Nope, you don't. Again?
Draw a card. Opponent's turn. Opponent asks for a card. Opponent asks for a card. Opponent asks for a card. Opponent's quartet. Opponent asks for a card. Opponent's quartet. Game over. You win.
Ooh, this isn't so easy.
Here in Mousewood, people like to play cards. If the people of Mousewood see your cards, they will be very eager to play with you. You can also find additional secret cards, such as this.
But that's Mum.
Indeed. Remember, there are 4 cards in each quartet, just as there are 4 portal trees, inseparably connected. This star map can show you where they lie. Your mother is the second card in your quartet.
And the other two?
You will understand my words soon enough, and then everything will change.
We don't have much time, but all right.
Take your seats.
I'm sure you've got this card.
Excellent.
And another quartet. Let's see. I'm sure you've got this card. Oh, rats.
Draw a card. Opponent's turn. Opponent asks for a card. Draw a card. Choose a card.
This card. I bet you've got it. Just you wait.
Draw a card. Opponent's turn. Opponent asks for a card. 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 Draw a card. Choose a card.
This card. I bet you've got it.
Terrific!
Let's see. This card. I bet you've got it. Haha! Let's see. This card. I bet you've got it.
Terrific!
And another quartet. Let's see what card you've got there. This card. I bet you've got it. Haha! Let's see. I'm sure you've got this card.
Excellent!
Let's see what card you've got there. I'm sure you've got this card.
Well played!
Let's see what card you've got there. I'm sure you've got this card.
Terrific!
Got a quartet? Let's see. I'm sure you've got this card. Oh, rats.
Draw a card. Opponent's turn. Opponent asks for a card. Draw a card. Choose a card.
This card. I bet you've got it.
Terrific!
Let's see. This card. I bet you've got it. I was so sure that would work.
Draw a card. Opponent's turn. Opponent asks for a card. Opponent asks for a card. Opponent asks for a card. Opponent's quartet. Opponent asks for a card. Opponent asks for a card. Draw a card. It's your turn.
This card. I bet you've got it.
Excellent!
Let's see. This card. I bet you've got it. Yes, I did that on purpose.
Draw a card.
Got a quartet?
That's it. You win.
Very good, Jerry. But the tables can turn at any time.
Oh, so you aren't a ghost.
No, not really.
Aru Molina, the magician of Mousewood, is a master of active sleep. When he sleeps, his waking spirit goes wandering.
Wow, that's cool.
Perhaps one day he can instruct you in his art.
Really?
That is possible. It took me many years to learn active sleeping.
And ever since you've spent all your time snoring in bed, you're supposed to be keeping an eye on the portal trees.
It has grown quiet here in Mousewood for a long time. The portals have only been used now and then by single magical beings wandering between the worlds. You probably don't know about this, but I have long averted the greatest disaster for the portals. Until I saw you here, I thought I was just about the last of us.
Oh, come now. Can't you sense it? How the portals are opening and closing near and very, very far away, like the pulsing of stars in the night. How ideas, shapes, and beings wander between the worlds. There must be some of us among them.
Wow.
Oh.
About the map.
This map shows the 4 portal trees in this region. On a clear night, you can compare the map with the starry sky. Perhaps that will help you orient yourself. Out there on the dusty field roads, by the bridge over the Coldwater Brook, you have a wonderful view of the stars. As an apprentice, you must find and pass through these 4 portals. Your teacher and I will help you.
Sometimes you're big and sometimes you're small. Why is that?
You should always speak to your neighbors on an equal footing. And mine are mice and squirrels. The portal which you and your teacher passed through already decided on a size for you, made you small. I, on the other hand, can only transform to mouse size for brief periods of time to mingle with my neighbors. Perhaps enjoy a coffee in Anya's cafe or chat with the Hedgehog brothers. Most of them don't believe in magic. They know portals and magical creatures only from fairy tales. Therefore, around here, I, the guardian of the portals, am known as nothing more than another oddball from the edge of town. But that is all right. That is what I have always been.
See you later.
Be careful, young tree walker.
Return to the portal tree through which we came to Mousewood. There you will learn your first spell.
Is it really okay for me to be away from home for so long?
On a day in summer vacation, anything is possible. I promise you that you'll be back in time for dinner. Are you ready to trust me, Jeremiah Hazelnut?
What was that about the tree walkers and the portals?
We tree walkers use magic portal trees to travel back and forth between different worlds. Portal trees are trees with roots that reach deep into the fabric of reality. So deeply that they exist in more than one place and time, creating magical connections. Some use these connections to move back and forth among the worlds, as do we tree walkers. Places, times, and possibilities form an almost infinite number of worlds. You will be trained by me in the tradition of the tree walkers and acquire this ancient knowledge of walking between the worlds.
What if I need help?
With the Advice Seeker, you can enter into contact with me through your thoughts, and I will give you a hint that you will hopefully find helpful.
I'll get back to work then.
You have so much still ahead of you. Oh, I envy you. But there isn't much time, so hurry, Jerry Hazelnut.
A gigantic living room for a giant. Ugh, it smells a bit like old socks in here. Good day.
More like good night.
What are you doing here?
I guard the city by night. That way everyone feels safe and can sleep in peace. Some have reported a fox roaming around the fields near the brook bridge. If I see it, I can poke it or sound the alarm. I also make sure the glow nuts in the city are still working.
Ah, those glowy nuts that are always surrounded by lightning bugs.
Lightning bugs? Oh, you mean fireflies. I like fireflies. Our family makes the nuts by hand. The juice in the nuts glows like a female firefly.
Ah, I see.
Yes, it's a bit odd, but that attracts the little guys.
I'd really like to have a nut like that.
Me too. I don't have one at home myself. Unfortunately, they're very expensive, except for the town council and the Hare family. Hardly anyone can afford them, but now and then I look in on the Hare family when they're celebrating. When I see all the glow nuts and happy faces there, it warms my heart. No matter how cold the night is,